Have you ever felt an icy chill within the room? Or you've seen a shadow where no one's standing? Or you've even heard whispers in the dead of the night? Today we ask, are ghosts real? Are they haunting our world? Or is it just our minds playing tricks on us? Stay tuned as we dive in deep on what ghosts are, how they're very different than spirits, and the science behind the supernatural to uncover the truth about ghosts. Stick around. Hi friends, and welcome back. I'm Chloe, your consciousness and energetics coach, bringing spirituality and science together. Today we are venturing into a realm that not many talk about. We're going to talk about the energetics of ghosts, what they are, and how they're different from spirit. Now, as you know, ghosts and spirits, the words, are actually used interchangeably, specifically in paranormal and spiritual contexts. But they can actually have super distinct meanings. And this can depend on cultural views, religious views, or metaphysical framework. So these are my ideas about the differences between spirits and ghosts. And honestly, it's never made more sense to me. So I hope this helps. First off, we're going to go over spirits. Now, overall, spirit is in every single one of us. Spirit is the non-physical essence of everyone's soul. So everyone is spirit, which is why this is so different from ghosts, which we'll get into later. So spirits are the non-physical essence of a soul that has moved on to a higher plane, the afterlife, the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it. Spirits are conscious because you and me, we are spirit and we are conscious beings. But for most people, when we're talking about spirits, we're talking about something that is non-physical. Something that isn't physically here in the 3D, okay? So first thing that we want to write under spirit on my board is conscious. So another word for conscious is evolved. We can evolve with knowledge from the universe, from Prime Creator, from God, whatever you want to call it, okay? Also, spirits are at peace. So since they are at peace, they have no problem providing guidance, comfort, and support to everyone that is living. Also, they aren't bound to one specific place, person, thing. They are conscious, so they can do whatever their little heart desires. I guess they don't have a heart at that point, but you know what I mean. Now, spirits interact with the living intentionally, with a purpose. This usually happens through dreams, signs, or spiritual communications. So, talking to mediums, etc. They seem to have a greater awareness. So that's why they are perfect for being a guide or guardian, act as ancestors, or even be a protector. Spirits also most likely don't cause fear or disturbance. Also, they are often associated with a positive or neutral energy. So just as you can walk into a room and feel uneasy right before a meeting or pass somebody on the street and you can tell that they are angry, this is what I'm talking about here. You can often sense if it is a spirit that is coming to visit or if it's something else, which I promise we will get into later. Now, since spirits are very much enlightened beings, they have transcended from earthly attachments. Therefore, they are always seeing the bigger picture. Meanwhile, us as humans, we usually navigate to little bits and pieces, the descriptive words of the bigger story. So them being our guides is really comforting to know that it's coming from grace. It's coming from the bigger picture aspect. Now that we know about what spirits are or what a spirit is, we can now talk about ghosts. Ghosts are usually seen as beings that have unfinished business. And as much as that is true, unfortunately, they are not conscious, usually. But 99% of the time, ghosts are not conscious. They cannot evolve. They are currently stuck in a loop. Ghosts are lingering presences or an energy imprint of a deceased soul. Now, if you think about it, we're talking about low vibrational energies. And low vibrational energies are technically not available at higher states of consciousness, at higher levels, at higher dimensions, higher realms, etc. Therefore, if there is a traumatic experience that happens, or a very low vibrational emotion that happens, unfortunately, that part of a person's energetic body, when they cross over, it's not allowed within these higher states. So their energetic body splits, and some of it stays 3D, and the rest goes above. And since their energetic body is not complete and whole, they cannot move on. Therefore, the imprint or the leftover energy, that low vibrational energy that can't move on, that actually gets linked to either a location, an object, or a person, a situation. You know what I mean. So ghosts are the imprints of a person's energy or consciousness. Therefore, they're unaware that they are deceased. So when ghosts are attached to a location or an object or even a person sometimes, they may exhibit regular behaviors leading up to the traumatic event. So those low vibrational energies are left as an imprint, which then is a loop of something they would do in life or close to their death. For example, if a person was in hospice and is looking out the window at birds, they might do that as an imprint. Or somebody who is taking care of the household for 50 plus years gets sick of pneumonia and then passes away. They might still be taking care of that household during this time, because if they had this terrible disease or they had a traumatic experience or the whole experience of taking care of the household was traumatic, that's all they know. So it is creating a loop of this low vibrational energy that they can't get out of. So they might appear as apparitions. They might appear as physical disturbances. And they may even evoke feelings of unease because, again, this is low vibrational energy. And energy doesn't go away. So you can walk into a place and be like, whoa, not okay. For example, whenever I go to Gettysburg, okay, Gettysburg, bloodiest battle on American soil during the Civil War. Whenever you go there, there's just heaviness. There is a heaviness there because so many people lost their lives. So this may make you feel uneasy. This may make you feel sad. This may make you feel like you aren't your regular self because you're taking in those low vibrational energies. Also, because they are in this loop, they might not even know that you're there. They might not be fully aware of the living at all because they are in this loop. And whether they pass through you or not, they're going to keep doing what they're doing because it's a traumatic experience, a low vibrational energy reliving again and again and again. And honestly, it's very, very sad. That's why so many mediums go into these places and try to help them move on, lessen their load, work with different kinds of essential oils or sage or Palo Santo in order to lighten the energy to help them move on or go towards the light so their energetic body can finally be together again. Okay? So I want to know, have you ever helped a ghost move on? Have you ever seen or contacted anything that was in a loop? Or have you come in contact with a true conscious ghost? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, ghosts are stuck due to the unfinished business that I spoke about before, due to sudden death, due to emotional ties to the physical world. And I know in many cultures, ghosts are looked at as hauntings or malevolent beings. They are feared and seen as restless souls. But really, they are just souls that need help moving on. Think about it. Within our society today, mental health is so important. Letting go and releasing negative energies within your body is now normal. But over the last, I don't know how long this earth has been Earth, we were unable to get rid of those low vibrational energies, causing imprints to happen like this. This is why I talk about releasing every single day. Meditate, ground, get rid of that low vibrational energy out of your energetic being. Because that's just going to allow you to ascend higher to a higher vibration, which will allow all of this to basically cease to exist. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to let you know that I have a course named Vibes. If you have trouble letting go of the old you, think you're too old or too late to do something, are you trying to manifest something and nothing happens? Or you may just feel stuck. In Vibes, you will learn the basics of spirituality and how going through a spiritual awakening will change your life, what the depths of trauma are and how to resolve it, how to shift your mindset in order to fulfill your purpose. And then you also get my 7-day energy reset in order to shift your vibration. All of that is included in Vibes, which is in the description box below if you're interested. Now we want to go into the different types of ghostly energy. There's 3 different kinds of ghostly energy. And as we were just talking about, the imprints. Now that is called residual energy. So this is when the energy is not conscious. They aren't interactive, but they are in a constant loop. And these energetic recordings of this loop can happen either all the time on death anniversaries, specific environmental triggers, like if the location is on limestone or something like that. It really depends. Then there are intelligent energies. So these are some ghosts that retain a little bit of consciousness. They have a little bit of awareness where they can actually communicate with the living. They may respond to questions during an EMF reading, or they can move objects. Now, these intelligent energies are actually something that you should be a little bit fearful of. Not only is it because they can interact with you, but they can actually drain you of your heightened frequency and input a negative frequency or a low vibrational frequency. That's why if you were to go ghost hunting or go to a place that has seen a lot of trauma, it is so important to clear your energetic body. If you're interested in that, I put my regular script down below. I usually do that at the end of every single day. So really, you're going to be clearing out your energy as well as calling your energy back from all people, places, and things. So if you're interested, definitely check out the description box below. And the third kind of ghostly energy is electromagnetic energy. So a lot of paranormal investigators use an EMF detector, which usually measures electromagnetic fields. So it's usually this little black thing that you can hold in your hand, and it has green lights, yellow lights, and red lights. So if it goes up to a red, it usually means that there is something around you. Because if something comes into your field, that's when it basically goes off because the electromagnetic frequency shifted. And that's something that a lot of paranormal investigators look at. But not all ghosts can be measured by an EMF. But if an EMF reader does go off, it usually means that their energy is disrupting the electromagnetic field around you. Now let's talk about how ghost energy manifests. Many ghosts manifest as apparitions, which basically means that it could range from a misty kind of fog to a full-blown shadow figure. And these are thought to be the projections of the actual energy itself. So if it is a white mist, I don't know, white mist might seem more of a higher vibrational energy. And then if it's more of a dark shadow figure, obviously it's going to give the low vibe feeling. Also, they can show as physical disruptions, whether that's touching a cat ball, turning a flashlight on and off, turning the lights on and off, moving doors, moving objects. And they usually can do this because they pull in the energy around them, including heat, electricity, or even human emotions. Because again, like attracts like. So if you are a low vibrational energy, you want to feed on low vibrational energies. So if somebody comes into where you are as a low vibrational energy, a ghost, right? And somebody is fearful and scared of what is about to happen, if anything is going to happen, they're going to feed off of that fear, which is going to allow them to manifest, which is showing themselves as an apparition or do physical disturbances, as I just stated. Also, because they're taking in all of this, so heat, electricity, emotional aspects, they can cause sensations like cold spots, or make you feel like you're being watched, or make unexplained sounds like screams. And cold spots are very prominent because they are taking in the heat from all of you that are doing this paranormal experience, right? And they are using it. And this is what makes the cold spots appear because they're drawing in that thermal energy from the environment in order to manifest. Now let's talk about the metaphysical explanations of this. Now, since they have unresolved traumas and they're staying in a low vibrational energy, that means that they are actually stuck within the lower astral plane. Now, if you want to know more about consciousness and the dimensions of consciousness, I'm going to stick a link up here for the video about just that. But they are stuck within the lower astral. So they are unable to go to higher realms. And unfortunately, when people go ghost hunting, they usually are there for the thrill. So they give off a lot of fear, a lot of low vibrational energy, allowing them to show up. But really what should be happening is you should be going in there as a paranormal investigator in order to help them move on, in order to bring positive, heightened frequency into that space, allowing them to shift and get to a higher frequency themselves. Because again, they are stuck. They are stuck. So they need your help in order to move on. So overall, ghosts are earthbound. They are residual and they are conscious energy imprints, while spirits are often named liberated souls that have moved on to a higher state, a higher dimension. I hope you learned something in this video, and I hope you can understand my thoughts on the differentiation between spirits and ghosts. If you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments below, or just let me know your thoughts. Am I right? Am I wrong? I would love to hear your point of view. Also, if this video resonated, please give me a thumbs up. That way it can find more people just like you. Until next time, again, I'm Chloe, your consciousness and energetics coach. Stay stellar.